Okay. No music this video. No game. No text or anything. Nothing. This is a video trying to appeal to people's senses, which on the internet and, with internet fights and everything like that, I know, probably with breath. But I want to get ahead and say a couple of things. First of all, people have come up and asked me, I think on Intervisions as well as chat and whatnot, and like, I think Valentine Salir is coming to global, and I said no, and I gave reasons. There's always another reason. The reason I knew is because if she ever came to global, it was just going to start shit. And I really just kind of wanted to just move past this thing as a thing that happened and kind of just leave it behind where it belongs. But here we are. And the drama is happening. And I guess I'm adding to it, so I'm sorry. But I'm trying to keep this video fairly drama-free. I mean, it would have been dramatic whether or not I have music or not. Like, it's hard to make a video that is where, people are always going to interpret some of the stuff you say in the wrong way, and it's just like, eventually you figure out there's nothing you can do about it. So, not worth really worrying about. Masses are dirty. So, yeah, I wanted to, just come out and say, I know about the Cabbage video. Kept secret from me. No, it wasn't. It was, it's made public and everything like that. And I know I've been alerted to what's been going on in general with it. And I just wanted to get ahead and say, I don't really care about it. But if anyone's a fan of me, first of all, aim a little higher, okay? Secondly, it's not anything mean against you. I'm a passable YouTuber sometimes who just kind of does this for fun and not as a livelihood thing, and I really kind of just want peace in our time. No, I just want reasonableness. I know that Cabbage, some people have maybe taken it as a slight against me, and honestly, it doesn't really matter. Good on Cabbage for having his own opinions and sticking to them and everything, and trying to, not trying to, but actually, laying out clear for people. I respect that. I respect someone standing behind their principles, for the most part. If it was something incredibly bad, I mean, what you believe, it's what you believe, right? But yeah, I'm making this video for a couple of reasons. One, I don't want to hear about the Cabbage video. I know about it. I'm okay with it. Let's move on. Secondly, don't treat Cabbage like shit, please. Treat him like a human being. He's a human being. He has different opinions from me, or maybe you, or maybe anyone else, and it's fine. I don't know Cabbage that well, but treat others like human beings, please. Thing I was going to say. And in terms of the global censorship fears, this is another thing that I just get off my chest and make a thing about it. Stop panicking about it for like zero reasons. And this is a little bit more. This is unavoidably about Salir. Is the fact that you guys got Oldoa. First of all, it has nothing to do with the Chinese version. The Chinese version is made by a different company. It's pretty much at this point entirely separate from Gumi, except for the fact that they're getting their assets from them, so, and just changing them. So don't worry about it. You're not the Chinese version, because the Chinese version is entirely separate. But it's being made by a different company and everything. But the other thing is this one character. Gumi didn't go back into the global files and change Oldoa. Didn't change any of the other characters, like Shiva's still fine and everything like that. So really, you guys, until it happens more, it's not worth getting in a tiz about. It's not worth, being an asshole about to other people online. From either side, there are two sides to this. There are the people who believe that censorship is wrong for the right reasons. There are people who believe that censorship is right for the right reason. There are people who believe in censorship for the wrong reasons, and there are people who believe, there are people who believe in this stuff for the right and wrong reasons on both sides of the censorship issue. And there are people who just don't care. And honestly, here's the thing. I'm just going to say this. Wotv is not some artistic bastion that is fighting for oppression against something. It's not something that is being oppressed. It is a product made by a company that cares only about money, really. Because otherwise, they wouldn't do half the stuff they do to players, reduced rates and all of this. I mean, yes, making money, but they make a fair amount of money, and probably unreasonable for, essentially what they give back to players. But that's not what this video is necessarily about. The point is that, if you think that Wotv is this grand statement of Japanese art, no, there's lots of great Japanese artists out there who, potentially are facing anti-Asian sentiments right now because of the coronavirus and everything like that, and unreasonable people. Go support them, or go find some really good artists, some unique artists who do really cool stuff with Japanese art, and promote the hell out of them, because they do that for a living. They do that for their life. They're not repurposing art and essentially packaging it in a veil of nostalgia to sell as a bi-weekly product. That once again, I'd like to point out that most characters, short of you just being lucky, cost about as much as a PlayStation 5. Certainly more than a PlayStation 5 controller. Not product placement, by the way. Wotv is not the thing to die on a hill for. Regardless of how much time you spend of your life in this game, or any piece of media, it is not worth dying on a hill for, because they don't care. They don't know who you are. They don't give mostly two fucks about you, and they are not they just care about their making their profit orders. And there are people in the company who do great artistic work, and they love their probably love their job, and they're doing their thing, but they don't have any real creative control. This is done by boards and investors and marketing and what's going to sell well and what's not. And for people who say that I change the opinion about Salir and I'm the one responsible for either fanning the flames of war or, other dramatic stuff about getting it changed on global. Really? I'm not the most popular Wotv YouTuber. Not even close. Definitely not the streamer. I mean, I'm not either, but regardless, if you have the memos or the proof, or someone from Gumi comes out and says that it's my fault Okay. I mean, I'm not necessarily going to apologize for it because they're my beliefs, and I'm going to stand behind beliefs in the same way that Cabbage is going to stand behind his. I respect him for, like most people for standing behind your beliefs because, what your beliefs are is a different thing. Like, that's a different issue, but, standing behind them shows you got some integrity and, you actually do believe in something, which is something. Wotv is a product. It is not a grand statement against censorship for or against. It was decided probably by a committee that could reasonably look at that character and her design into the market that it was going. A North American primarily dominated market, which I assume is where most of Wotv is, because Europe is having the good sense of banning gachas in some places. I assume, again, without having the exact demographic details, I can imagine they looked at her and thought that she was a little too risky. She probably would hurt the profit margin. She probably would sell generally better to whales and whatnot and just avoid the controversy. Because at the end of the day, they're not dying on a hill for artistic integrity either. There's no statement from Gumi saying this was our intention one way or the other, either for or against censorship. So it just comes off as a marketing thing of just being like, we did this and we don't have any necessary reason behind it except for what we were here for to begin with, is money. Seriously, you guys. Some of you out there. And I'm sure to some extent I am wasting my breath. A video that will probably not be watched to the end by most people. And you're already not watching, but some people might. Treat content creators like goddamn human beings, please. And this isn't about me, this is about others, but also me. We have difference of opinions. Sorry we don't like the character you like. We're awful for doing that. If you really need to attack someone for that, really go get help. Go talk to someone. Go join something. If you really care about censorship that much of this stuff, and I mean real art, not, a product being sold, then really go join a foundation. Start something actually meaningful. But this isn't it. Salir is not it. Great content creators, please don't be incredibly rude to Cabbage. And if he is deleting your comments or deleting your posts or whatever, and you were more reasonable, I don't know. That's a different issue. But regardless, keep it on a level head, and this is not that censorship battle. It really isn't. If it happens more, then it'll be an issue. But so anyway, there it is. There's the video. I know about the Cabbage video. I know what's going on. I know this controversy about Salir, and this is my final opinion. I have not changed my opinion about the JP side. I don't like it. I still don't like it for a number of reasons. And I'm going to stick with that. But in terms of the response that has been happening by some people, I'm really fucking embarrassed for the Wotv community. That's all. Thanks for watching. Be a better person.